Ezekiel Chapter 32. In the 12th year, on the 12th month, on the first day of the month, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, raise a lamentation for Pharaoh king of Egypt, and say to him, You are like a young lion among the nations, and you are like a whale in the seas. You emerged with your rivers, stirring up the waters with your feet, and muddying their streams. Thus says the Lord God. I will spread out my net over you with a company of many people, and they will bring you up in my net. Then I will leave you on the land, casting you out upon the open field. All the birds of the heavens will remain on you, and I will fill the beasts of the whole earth with you. I will spread your flesh on the mountains and fill the valleys with your height. I will water the land with your blood, even to the mountains, and the rivers shall be full of you. When I extinguish you, I will cover the heavens and make its stars dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon will not give its light. I will darken all the bright lights of heaven over you and bring darkness upon your land, says the Lord God. I will also trouble the hearts of many people when I bring your destruction among the nations, into lands you have not known. Yes, I will make many people astonished at you, and their kings will be terribly afraid for you when I brandish my sword before them. They will tremble at every moment, each man fearing for his own life, in the day of your downfall. For thus says the Lord God, the sword of the king of Babylon shall come upon you. By the swords of the mighty, I will cause your multitude to fall, along with the terrible nations. They will plunder the splendor of Egypt, and its entire multitude will be destroyed. I will also cut off all its beasts from beside the great waters, so that neither the foot of man nor the hooves of beasts will trouble them any longer. Then I will make their waters clear and cause their rivers to run like oil, says the Lord God. When I make the land of Egypt desolate, and the country empty of what once filled it, when I smite all those who dwell there, then they will know that I am the Lord. This is the lamentation with which they will mourn for her. The daughters of the nations will mourn for her, over Egypt, and over all her multitude, says the Lord God. It also came to pass in the 12th year, on the 15th day of the month, that the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, wail for the multitude of Egypt, and cast them down, her and the daughters of the famous nations, to the lower parts of the earth, with those who go down into the pit. Whom do you surpass in beauty? Go down and be laid with the uncircumcised. They will fall in the midst of those slain by the sword. She is delivered to the sword. Draw her and all her multitudes. The strong among the mighty will speak to him from the depths of hell, with those who helped him. They have gone down, lying uncircumcised, slain by the sword. Assyria is there with all her company. Their graves are around him, all of them slain, fallen by the sword. Whose graves are set in the sides of the pit, and her company is all around her grave, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, who caused terror in the land of the living. Elam is there and all her multitude, all around her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, who went down uncircumcised into the lower parts of the earth, who caused their terror in the land of the living. Yet they bear their shame with those who go down to the pit. They have set her a bed in the midst of the slain, with all her multitude. Her graves are all around him, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, although their terror was caused in the land of the living. Yet they bear their shame with those who go down to the pit. He is put in the midst of those slain. There is Meshech, Tubal, and all her multitude, her graves all around him, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, although they caused their terror in the land of the living. And they will not lie with the mighty who are fallen of the uncircumcised, who have gone down to hell with their weapons of war. They have laid their swords under their heads, but their iniquities shall be upon their bones, although they were the terror of the mighty in the land of the living. Yes, you will be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised and lie with those who are slain by the sword. There is Edom, her kings, and all her princes, who despite their might are laid by those slain by the sword. They will lie with the uncircumcised and with those who go down to the pit. There are the princes of the north, all of them, and all the Sidonians, who have gone down with the slain in shame, although they were a terror because of their might. They lie uncircumcised with those slain by the sword and bear their shame with those who go down to the pit. Pharaoh will see them and be comforted over all his multitude, Pharaoh and all his army, slain by the sword, says the Lord God. For I have caused my terror in the land of the living, and he will be laid in the midst of the uncircumcised, with those slain by the sword, Pharaoh and all his multitude, says the Lord God.